Let's be honest for a second. Most people already know what they need to do. They don't need another motivational quote or a vision board. They need to stop quitting on themselves. This isn't a pep talk, it's a call out. If you start strong but never finish, if your to-do list is full of good intentions and half-done plans, you're not alone. But you've got to stop letting that be our identity. Because the truth, the biggest difference between people who create the life that they want and those who stay stuck isn't talent, timing, or some secret routine. It's discipline. And that's what we're talking about today. Discipline isn't glamorous, it's gritty. It's not a viral morning routine. It's not a drinking green juice and journaling under fairy lights. Discipline is the decision to keep going when it's not fun anymore. It's getting up when your bed is warm, showing up when nobody's watching, doing the work even when every part of you wants to take the day off. You don't have to love it, you just have to do it. I used to think I needed more willpower, that if I just had enough mental toughness, I could force myself to push through. But the truth is, willpower comes and goes. If you're relying on feelings, you're going to be wildly inconsistent. I had to learn to move without needing to feel ready. And that's when everything started to change. So why do we quit? Because giving up is comfortable. Let's just say it, giving up is easy. When quitting, you don't need to stretch, grow, or wrestle with resistance. You don't have to face failure, doubt, or discomfort. You walk away, and that's tempting. The brain loves comfort. We're wired to conserve energy, avoid pain, and stay safe. It's not a character flaw, it's biology. But if you want something different, you're going to have to do something different. Discipline means trading comfort today for freedom tomorrow. And that's a hard trade when the results aren't immediate. Now there are two roads to take. You decide which way to go. You've heard this before, but let me say it based on how I see it. You can suffer now or suffer later. You can deal with the pain of getting up early, doing hard things, facing your fears, or you can deal with the regret of staying where you are. Skipping the gym today feels good, but chronic pain 10 years from now doesn't. Scrolling instead of working on your goals, easy. But watching time pass you by while you stay in the same place, that'll eat at you. I had to start thinking about the long game. That was the shift, realizing I was choosing my version of hard. Either way, life's going to throw some difficulty at me. But one version makes me stronger, the other makes me smaller. There's this hill in my neighborhood, steep, long, brutal. For months, I'd go out for a run and purposely plan my route to avoid it. I'd see it in the distance and think, not today, I don't need that kind of pain. But one morning, I didn't turn. I stared that thing down and just went for it. Halfway up, my legs are screaming, my lungs on fire, and every part of me said, just walk. Nobody's watching. It doesn't matter. And that voice, it felt familiar. It's the same voice that talks me out of progress every time. The one that says I've done enough for the day. The one that tells me to take the easier option because I deserve it. But here's what I've learned. If you only show up when it's convenient, you'll never grow past your limits. Comfort is a trap dressed up like self-care. So now I run that hill. Not because I enjoy it. I still dread it every single time. But I run it because it's the battlefield where I train my brain to not quit. It's not about running. It's not about hills. It's about refusing to let the inner quitter be the loudest voice in the room. Because if you keep moving through the discomfort, you don't just finish the run. You become someone who finishes what they start. You don't need to be the smartest, fastest, or the most creative. You just need to be the one who follows through. When I opened my first business, I had this giant sign over the exit of the office that said, "Follow through." I was obsessed with it. Why? Because most people don't. They talk, they plan, they mean well. But when it comes time to deliver, they vanish. And if you become the kind of person who follows through, even if it's not perfect, you will be ahead of 90% of other people. Start simple. If you say you will do something, do it. No matter how small, no matter how annoying, no matter how late in the day it is. Build trust with yourself like in a relationship because self-discipline is built on that trust. Stop waiting till you feel like it. This is a trap I fell into for years. I thought I had to want to do something to do it well, but it's the other way around. When you start moving, your mind catches up. Action leads to momentum, and momentum brings energy, not the other way around. Ever notice how the first 5 minutes of a workout feel the worst? The same goes for any task. Start and the resistance starts to fade. Don't wait to feel inspired. Get moving and the motivation will meet you halfway. What are you really fighting for? Now let's talk about the deeper layer. If you keep quitting and ghosting your own goals, maybe you forgot why they matter in the first place. A guy I worked with once told me his goal was to make 6 figures. Cool, but when I asked why, he couldn't answer, so we kept digging. Turns out he was trying to get his kids out of a dangerous neighborhood. He didn't just want money, he wanted safety, stability, and a better life for his family. That's a reason worth waking up for. That's a reason worth pushing through resistance for. You don't need a long list of goals. You don't need one clear reason that hits you in the chest and makes you say, I won't quit. Go deeper than the surface. Your why needs to mean something, not just get in shape or make more money. Why does that matter? Who are you doing it for? What will it cost you if you don't? Discipline isn't a trait, it's a decision. You're not born with it, you build it. It's not about being a robot. You'll still have doubts. You'll still want to quit sometimes. But you stop letting those moments decide for you. You move anyway. You stop waiting for the stars to align, your schedule to clear, or your motivation to return. You stop looking for shortcuts, and you just keep showing up. So how can you start building your discipline right now? Let's get practical with no fluff. Pick one thing you've been avoiding. Do it today. Not all of it, just start. 5 minutes. That's enough to break the seal. Second, cut out the negotiation. Set a rule. If you said you'd do it, do it. No debate. Third, write down your why. Post it where you can see it, on your phone, bathroom mirror. Remind yourself who you're doing this for. Fourth, celebrate the days that you didn't quit. That's the win. Not the outcome, the follow-through. This is what makes a difference. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to drag you out of bed, push you through the workout, or make you follow your dream. It's on you, but that's a good thing. Because once you realize that you're in control, you can take the wheel back. So if you're still watching this or reading this, don't wait until you feel ready. Get up. Take the smallest step you can and keep stepping. Even when it sucks. Even when no one notices. Even when you're tired, frustrated, or doubting everything. Because the life you want isn't built when it's easy. It's built when you keep showing up. Stay positive, friends.